If you're always restless, watch this now. You are restless, not because the world is moving too fast, but because you are not still. Restlessness is not your enemy. It is not something to fight. It is a whisper, a gentle knock from within saying what you are doing is not enough. Not for the being you are meant to become. You see, you are not tired of your job. You are not tired of people. You are tired of yourself. Tired of carrying the same noisy mind, the same repetitive thoughts, the same weight of desires that never end. It's not the day that exhausts you. It is the mind that never pauses. You think you need a vacation. You don't. You need an inner vision. What you call restlessness is just life demanding your attention. Life is saying, stop wandering outside. Come here. Sit here. Look here. When there is no clarity, action becomes chaos. You run, you chase, you scroll, you speak, you plan, but deep down you know, you're not going anywhere. Understand this, the body rests in sleep, but the mind only rests in surrender, not surrender to someone else, but existence itself to what is. Peace is not something you find, it is something you become when you stop running from yourself. Everything you chase outside is temporary. Money, love, respect, fame, but what lies within you is eternal. Sit alone, no phone, no distraction, just sit. Feel that discomfort, that restlessness, let it rise, and then watch, like a flame that dances violently at first, but settles the moment you stop blowing air into it. This is not about giving up the world. It is about no longer letting the world own you. The truly peaceful are not in caves, they are in marketplace, but they are not restless, because they know rest is not a place you go to, it is the way you are. So, if you are restless, don't panic. You are not broken. You are being called to return to yourself. The question is, will you answer? Restlessness is not a disease, it is a signal. It is not something to be cured, medicated, or pushed away. It is a sacred message, an inner knock that something deeper is calling. Most people misinterpret this feeling. They think something is wrong with their life, their job, their partner, their surroundings, so they keep changing scenery, hoping the discomfort will go away, but it never does because it was never about the outside. Restlessness is the friction between the vastness of who you are and the smallness of how you're living. It is life itself trying to wake you up, like a bird in a cage fluttering its wings, not because it hates the cage, but because it remembers the sky. It is not punishment. It is potential in disguise. You feel unsettled not because life is wrong, but because you haven't yet sat down with it, looked it in the eye and asked, what are you trying to show me? That unsettled energy is not chaos, it's energy seeking direction. It is raw power, untamed, unfocused, but full of possibility. So don't rush to escape it. Don't distract it with noise, people, or constant doing. Instead, listen, because when life wants to shift you from unconscious repetition to conscious evolution, it does not knock politely, it shakes you. That shaking is restlessness. You're not tired of the world, you're tired of yourself. People often say life is too stressful or there's too much happening, but the truth is the world is not doing anything to you. The world is simply being the world. The real exhaustion comes from constantly carrying a mind that never stops. Thinking, judging, comparing, regretting, desiring. It's not the events around you that drain you, it's your inner commentary that never takes a break. You wake up and the mind is already running, what to do, what to fix, what to avoid, who to impress. This mental noise becomes a constant hum underneath everything, and you mistake it for life itself. But it's not life that's heavy. It's your identification with every thought, every emotion, every passing cloud. You are not burdened by the world. You are burdened by the person you think you need to be in it. This restlessness is not because the world is too much, it's because you've not yet touched the silence within you. You're spinning in circles, not because there's no way out, but because you've forgotten to stand still. Just for a moment, when you say, I need a break from everything, what you truly mean is, I need a break from myself, the noise I've become addicted to, the version of me I keep performing. So don't run from the restlessness. Let it show you what part of you is pretending and what part of you is waiting to be real. Stillness is your natural state. You were not born restless. Look at a baby sleeping, breathing, simply being. There is no anxiety, no chase, no identity to protect, just presence. Somewhere along the way, you began to gather noise, beliefs, opinions, desires, fears. ambitions, layer upon layer until your mind became louder than your being. Restlessness is not your nature, it is something you picked up. Like dust settling on a mirror, the stillness within you has been covered, not lost. But the problem is, you've forgotten the feel of that silence. You've become so used to motion, stimulation, distraction that silence feels like emptiness, when in truth it is the most alive space within you. You think stillness is laziness, you think silence is absence, but no, stillness is not the absence of energy, it is the presence of alignment. When you are still, you are not doing less, you are becoming more precise, more present, more powerful. The tree does not grow by constantly shaking its branches, it grows by standing still, sinking roots deep into the unseen. You, too, are meant to root yourself, not in movement, but in awareness. When you stop for a moment and just breathe, not to achieve anything, not to get somewhere, you'll notice that under all the restlessness, there's something untouched. Something that has been watching everything quietly, patiently. That is you, not the you that the world sees, but the you that is always there, even when everything else disappears. And that you is not restless, that you is still, always has been, always will be. Activity without clarity is chaos. You are constantly moving, working, planning, talking, achieving. But have you ever paused to ask why most people are busy? Not because they are clear, but because they are confused. They don't know what they truly want, so they keep chasing everything that glitters, hoping one of those things will finally bring peace. But the problem is not the effort, it's the direction. When you don't know who you are, what you do becomes a distraction. From the question, you confuse movement for meaning. You think being in motion means being alive, but without inner clarity, that motion only deepens the sense of being lost. It's like driving fast without knowing where you're going. The speed doesn't help, it only takes you further from yourself. Restlessness is what happens when your actions are disconnected from your awareness, when your hands move but your heart is not involved, when your mind thinks but your soul is silent. You keep doing things because that's what everyone does, but deep down you feel that itch, that sense that none of this is quite it. That feeling is not failure, it's an invitation to stop running blindly and start seeing. You don't need more to do, you need more clarity in your doing. When action is born from silence, it becomes graceful. When action is born from restlessness, it becomes noise. So the real question is not what should I do next, but am I doing this from alignment or from escape? Until you answer that, no matter how much you achieve, the restlessness will remain. The body rests in sleep, the mind rests in surrender. You can sleep for 8 hours, 10 hours, even more, but still wake up exhausted. Why? Because rest is not just physical. Your body may lie still, but if your mind continues its endless chatter, the rest never reaches you. You wake up carrying the same burden. You went to bed with unresolved emotions, unanswered questions, unrelenting thoughts. This is why even the most luxurious vacation can leave you feeling empty. You may change your surroundings, but if your inner state remains restless, no external comfort can touch you. Real rest begins when you stop trying to control everything, when you stop wrestling with life, trying to fix it, fight it, or force it into your plans, and instead simply surrender, not in weakness, but in wisdom, in understanding that life is vast and you are a part of it, not its master. Surrender is not giving up, it is giving in to the rhythm of existence. It is a conscious letting go of resistance. It is the moment you say, I don't need to figure it all out right now. I'll just be here fully without forcing. Only then does the mind loosen its grip. Only then does a deeper kind of rest begin to soak into you, not just in sleep, but in every breath, every moment. If you want peace, don't just lie down. Lay yourself down. Lay down the ego, the urgency, the fault. Control. Let life hold you for a while. Let silence carry you. That is when rest is not something you do. It becomes what you are. The restless seek everything outside. The wise turn inward. You've been taught that fulfillment lies just beyond your next achievement. More success, more love, more possessions, more recognition. So you chase one thing after another, only to find that the satisfaction fades faster than it came. This is the game of the restless, reaching, grabbing, clinging, and still feeling empty. Restlessness is born when your attention is entirely outward. The senses constantly pull you into the world, and the world is noisy. It distracts you, excites you, disappoints you again and again, and yet you return to it, hoping this time it will be different. But peace does not live out there. It never has. You look for calm in a chaotic world, forgetting that source of calmness is within you. You try to change everything around you without ever looking at the one who is perceiving it all. Inward is not a direction, it is a dimension, and unless you turn toward it, restlessness will follow you no matter where you go or what you achieve. You can build empires and still feel hollow inside. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone, but the moment you sit, truly sit, with yourself without trying to fix or improve or escape, something shifts. There is no excitement there, no applause, no validation, just presence, and in that presence, restlessness melts, not because something was solved, but because something was seen. The wisest ones are not those who renounce the world, they are the ones who have discovered an anchor within themselves. While the world swirls around them, they remain untouched, not because they resist it, but because they no longer depend on it for their sense of being. So if restlessness has become your constant companion, don't curse it. Listen to it. It is not here to break you. It is here to awaken you. It is life tapping your shoulder, asking, will you finally stop running in circles and come home to yourself? You are not broken. You are simply disconnected from the stillness that has always been yours. No amount of noise, speed, or achievement will fill that silent space within you, because it doesn't need to be filled. It only needs to be felt. You don't need to escape the world. You need to escape the illusion that something out there will complete you. The answer to your restlessness is not in more, it's in less. Less distraction, less reaction, less attachment. Just you, fully aware, fully present, doing not out of compulsion, but from clarity. And when you touch that stillness, when you sit with yourself long enough to remember who you are, restlessness will not vanish because it was defeated. It will vanish because it is no longer needed. Now, are you ready to sit, not with the world, but with yourself? That is where the real journey begins.